TGIF. Happy Friday, family. Welcome to the Iron Realm Media's Have No Sphere. We have a packed show once again for you this week. We have Dee Dee checking in. Gary is on location, Dr. John D. But she's brought along a special guest who I'm sure is going to bring lots of good info for everybody. We've got a friend from Twitter coming on the second show, Travis from RedHenn Radio. Hang on. I'm sure is going to bring lots of good info for everybody. We are not alone. Second show, Travis from RedHenn Radio.
We are striving for more. We are waiting. We are not alone. We are striving for more. We are not alone.
So good to be here. No better place to be on a Friday afternoon / Friday evening / Friday morning / Saturday, depending on where on the plane you are. But welcome. Glad to have everybody here. Walt brought to my attention this week that sometimes people that are listening haven't been listening to us for the last 2 years. We've been on YouTube hanging out on a Friday. And we used to really go old school because when we started off, it was just basically us and a handful of people that we knew trying to get this thing off the ground. And we'd just have them on. And because we started on Twitter, that graduated to just having people from Twitter that were flat earthing on Twitter. And we just come and have them on and talk to them. So this week, we're going to be kicking it old school. In the second part of the show, we've got our very good friend, Waking Warriors. Her handle on Twitter is at Sarah, S-A-R-A, Sarah 8, the number 8, and Smiles, Sarah 8 Smiles on Twitter. She joined us, Walt, Zach, and I over on the Ironworks over on Truth Frequency Radio. Was that Tuesday, I guess? And what an awesome show. No, I guess that was
last Friday.
That was last Friday because shortly thereafter, she was surprised, given a little thanks for going on and making your public debut from the powers that be. And she'll share that story. Really, really creepy story. But in the meantime, we've got our weekly, bi-weekly update from Dee Dee and Gary, but Gary cannot be with us just yet. He may try checking in. We are joined by Dee Dee Van. Good evening, Dee Dee.
Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's well.
Awesome.
Hey. Welcome, Dee Dee.
Well, let's see. I'm going to jump right in here and say hello to Walter, since I know Walter's had a nap and is refreshed and ready to go. Reset. He is running on all cylinders. Walter Johnson.
Man, why are you lying to these people like that? I am not any of those things. Not at all. No, I'm lying. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm fired up. It's Friday. It's that way, flat. Oh, sorry. Hand signs. Damn it. I got to stop using my hands. You can't use your hands when you talk.
I thought you were striking a pose. You're going Madonna full vote here.
I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, it was, it's been a hectic week, hectic Friday, just hectic. But we are settling in. We have a full plane ahead. See what I did there?
I did.
So definitely, I'm going to shut up my yapping. Definitely, though, this morning we had a great show. Go check it out if you haven't. Robin was there with us, gave us quite a few little tidbits. If you didn't hear it, then you're going to hear some surprises this afternoon for sure. So let me shut up so we can get to some of that.
That was really good. Let me jump right over there to Zachary Zabala and say hello to Zach, because it seems like I haven't talked to Zach too much. He's been a busy guy. So, Zach, how you doing this fine Friday afternoon?
Well, not too bad, I guess. I'm watching Hank Tech Lizards. No, I got some disturbing news after the show this morning.
Oh no.
One of the most influential people in my young childhood and growing up, my Uncle Phil, he got cancer. And but he is a frequent user of cannabinoids and their amazing powers, and he is refusing to take the
poison.
The poison, yeah. So I'm proud of him, and I told him I'll get him the oil if he needs it. I know I can get it for him. I know there's people out there who probably have it stockpiled.
And what's your uncle's name?
Uncle Phil, handicapped bastard. That's what we call him. Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. He actually is handicapped, but that's how he goes about. You know, that's how he introduces himself to people he meets for the first time. You know, yeah, I'm the ex-uncle handicapped bastard. You know, I mean, that's how he is. He's awesome. Uncle Phil, yeah, great guy. He got stuck with a needle, actually, after being drafted over to Vietnam. They give him a needle with a a shot with a dirty needle over there, and he loses half of his body.
Jesus.
Yeah. So he's been dealing with that for like ever, since before I was born. So
Man.
he's good at taking adversity and looking in the face and saying, you know, there's one for you. So yeah, no, he'll be fine.
Good. Well, lots of love out there to Uncle Phil. Not to get all too Fresh Prince. Get well soon, you handicapped bastard.
Yeah. Love you, Uncle Phil.
Somebody else who had a pretty busy Friday, I know, was the Adam Meakin. Adam, how are you doing now that you're back home and settled in?
Oh, I'm multitasking almost like a lady would, mate. Not at that level of proficiency, obviously, but yeah, not bad. I've set it all up tonight, Josh, on my own. It's been good.
Well done, sir. You're getting so good. And
the benefits were a good chat pre-show, folks, here tonight. So yeah, all good, mate. Work's still crap as always, but you know that's standard, isn't it? So other than that, yeah, looking forward to a really busy evening, really. So I'll move on. Good evening, everyone.
And we also have our resident plumber, one Mr. John Savage.
Savage!
John, I found this for you.
I'm savage! I'm savage! I'm savage!
I thought you'd really like that.
I like that.
I think that's awesome.
So
Sorry?
I was gonna say that's an artist, a rapper named Vinny Paz. He's in a group called Jedi Mind Tricks.
We are all savage. Yeah, hello everyone. I was a bit late to the game this evening, but nice to see some familiar faces in there, and yeah, looking forward to the show. Been a busy week for me. Took Muttley to the 4th vet this week and found out his knees are absolutely knackered, worst he'd ever seen. So yeah, it's either major surgery or just pretend it's not happening. So I'm going to go for the latter and mitigate. But yeah, other than that, not a bad week at all. Not a bad week. So looking forward to the show.
Hydrotherapy, bits at a time. Yeah, I know, but still, it would be so good.
Well, the thing is, he's still herring it around the field like a greyhound, and you know he's not in pain. He's happy as Larry. He can run, jump, everything. But four vets now have told me he's absolutely knackered and needs robotic back legs, basically, which will cost about 12 grand. And that's just not. I even if I had the money, even if the op was free, I've seen the op on YouTube, and I don't want to put him through it. And he'd need 24 weeks of cage rest, which means only in and out for toilet breaks and then back to the cage. And yeah, who could do that to a dog? Nah.
The midweek questions have just dawned on me now, John. And of course, I'll just sort it out. Don't worry. All I will say is, I'm sure that West Coast Wisdom will vouch the quality of that. I'll make a canine version.
Sounds awesome, mate. I'll talk to you about it off air,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely. Or on air.
That's it. I'll make a canine version.
Yeah, cool. Other than that, this week I did put a reply out. Me and Adam had a quick chat, and Josh talking about, let me see, C53C52, some pilot anyway, making wild claims about measuring the spin of the Earth in his cockpit. So I don't know if we'll get to play that conversation. I think it's 18 minutes. But if not, it's on my channel, and I'm sure we will get around to it at some point.
It'd be a great way to go to break. I could go get coffee, play some video games, come back.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Well, then, my week's been typical. Thanks. Well, Didi, since Gary couldn't be here, why don't you introduce the guest that you brought with you?
So tonight we announced the last two speakers for the Friday opening party. So I brought one of the speakers for the Friday night, and that's Martin Liedtke, but he's not gonna be a speaker for Friday. He's gonna do something totally different than we're used to him. So I'll let him tell you himself.
Oi, oi.
Welcome, Martin. So glad to have you back.
Welcome, Martin.
Thanks, guys. Blessing to be here. Yeah, something I've always wanted to do, DD. So, yeah, that will be something that I've been fantasizing about in my head for the last 50 years or something, is stand-up comedy. So, yeah, and with the subject matter as well, you can imagine where I'm going to go. Yeah, that's going to be epic. I can't wait to do that. So, yeah, and the venue as well. It's beautiful. I was looking at it today at DD. That looks very, very, very nice place. So yeah, looking forward to that end of the year.
So you wrote it. You're doing a stand-up act. Is that what I understood?
Sorry?
You're doing stand-up?
Yeah, man.
That's going to be awesome. How long's your set?
That will be awesome. I you know, I usually, you know, humorous anyway with my presentations, but I find like humor helps the pill easy, and people remember deeper when they laugh. They, you know, when it's depressing and in the double negative or in any way negative, people will always block it and put it at the back of their mind. Anything that's linked with anything negative, people will put it at the back of their agenda in their minds. But when it's humor, and they will remember when they're looking back in their memories. It's like, oh, that really made me laugh, and they'll think, why made them laugh? And then so it works. I think humor is a good way of reaching people, waking people. So yeah, I'll get that if I can, which I will. Okay, be happy.
Laughter is so disarming, right? Just
so disarming, you know. To the thing about with humor is it's like it just, you know, it may as well all just be in your underpants. It just strips away all everyone's BS, doesn't it? You know, it's just me, it's just you. I don't really give a damn, and I'm just going to say how it is, you know. And you will, yeah, everyone will relate to it. Everyone will, you know, it'll be something. It'll be something. I just know it. So
I think it speaks to. So I think it speaks to maybe why people react so violently at first, because that's how they're going to be able to hold on. If they were be able to look at it openly, just imagine if they could accept this with laughter and just get completely disarmed. They'd be so much more open to the information rather than just being automatically defensive.
I think that it's moved on a bit from that. I think I hope anyway, from these violent attacks and all of that. Maybe, you know, since like, you know, the mainstream coverage has been really open, and, you know, only 2 days ago I posted on my last blog that it was in the BBC press that they were pushing, or this is what they're putting out, regardless of what it's truth. But they were saying that, why are YouTube pushing flatter videos? And, you know, and basically, so what they're undertoning with is, guys, YouTube are actually pushing flat Earth. Do they believe it is? And listen to this, guys. A girl sent me an email this morning. She's in America, and she tried to access a child benefit. And she had to give a security question. And the security question was, she sent me a screensaver of it, is the Earth flat or is the Earth a ball? And she had to answer yes or no to enter to get her money. So what's she going to do? Lie? So, oh. Not joking. So, you know, even for security questions is coming up. So I'm wondering if it is, you know, the way we always envisioned it as like just a rollout, and this is the way it's going to be, you know, because there's no getting out of it. And we ain't going to shut up. So, you know, and it's millions are waking up in the, you know, the 100 monkey effects. Consciousness works that way. You know, you have to be near somebody talking about it, and you get infected with it, and you're going to get it if you look into it. So,
Martin,
yeah,
you've triggered me there into probably the first rant of the evening.
Cool.
And you said there about that girl's option. Quite clever programming that. And I had to do what's called continuing professional development on an NHS mandate, children's oral health. And I had to fail the first time because I couldn't answer the questions honestly. When I was given the choice of which is the best piece of advice to give a parent with regards to their 6-year-old, tell them to stop eating sugary snacks between meals, or smear a small amount of their 1,350 parts per million fluoride toothpaste onto their child's toothbrush and brush with that, I obviously went for the former and failed. This is training given out by the NHS. Never mind surreptitious mind control of, oh, you've got to answer subconsciously. Get your money out.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry, first rant over with, guys. Carry on.
You did.
Well, we had the same idea because Saturday and Sunday is going to be the real convention and the more serious debates and speakers. We wanted to have like a fun thing for the Friday night and just have people hang out and laugh together. There's nothing better to do that than have some jokes and then have a drink and spend some time together. So by the time the conventions open up, a lot of people will know each other by then. So that's the idea. And there's, just to give you an idea, for the Friday, we're opening at 7, and Martin will have like a 45-minute comedy act. Then we have the Globe Light Tour, who will tell us about their 2 weeks they've done in Europe already. We have a little open mic session, so everybody will have a chance to come on stage and talk to whatever they want to talk about. And then the second announcement for today is our DJ, who is nothing less than Mark Devlin. He's been on the show before, so we're very excited about the Friday. It's now completely full, the Friday program, so very excited.
That's awesome.
And Patricia's here as well, don't forget.
Yeah, Patricia will be hosting the open mic session for the Friday.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, well, I'm good at breaking the ice. Everyone's going to be having, they will know one another by Saturday. We'll have such a laugh. It'll be epic. It really will be. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
45. I may actually be there, Martin.
Sorry?
I may actually be there. I might be living in Croatia at that time.
Serious, Zach? Oh,
yeah. So I'll be getting a hold of you so we can, I'll be sending you all kinds of pictures.
Amsterdam, mate.
Well, 45 minutes, that's no joke. That's a long time. That
Not in my time. That's not. I could go on for like literally hours. People have to shut me up. It's terrible.
You'd just be warming up, Rolf, won't you? By then, getting a feel for the audience. Yeah. Give me just give me another half hour.
Well, Martin, you know what the most important. You know what the most important thing about comedy is, right?
Go on, hit me up.
I think he just hung.
Timing.
I don't even worry about timing. I just go with the flow, and the timing comes natural.
That's a pregnant pause.
I love the way I knew what Josh was doing, and I love the way that John cracked. He cracked
every time.
It is about
just like playing chicken.
Yeah, watch Step 2 and Son, you'll find that out. It's all about timing.
Well, we had you doing a presentation in Birmingham last year, and there was a lot of laughing in that one already, and that wasn't even a comedy show. So
no, I didn't mean to, but everyone was in hysterics. It was funny, yeah. It was really good.
He was showing pictures of space missions.
Yeah. And Banana Earth.
Yeah.
Just in case there's any confusion. Yeah. Oh well.
So
Yeah,
you also slipped in there, DD, that have we got a DJ, like proper DJ?
We've got a proper DJ, yeah, and he's a flat earther as well. He's doing a lot of he's wrote 2 books about the music industry and frequency and vibration. So very interesting.
Yeah,
guy.
we had him on here. Mark Devlin, Adam.
Mark
I know
Devlin.
him. Is he
Yeah, he came out.
Paradise, is it? Was Paradise? That thing about the North Pole channel going on, is that him?
No.
No.
Mark was really into the 432 frequencies. He got into some of the Paul McCartney. Crap. It was right on the tip of my tongue too. The name of his book is Music.
That's so horrible. I know.
I'll do it with the timing then. Musical Truth.
Musical Truths, Volume 1 and 2.
Oh, I love that.
That's
timing.
right.
Nicely done, Mr. Savage.
Yeah, he will do a special set on the Friday evening to close down the party, and you can find a little bit of his set on the website, feconvention.com. You can find all his information, listen in a little bit. It's going to be awesome.
Oh.
And he's got 2 volumes of Musical Truth out there, 1 and 2. So
Past the Dutchy on the left-hand side.
Hey, give me a little music, make me jump and jive.
I remember well that little kid in it, wasn't he, the singer? They were all sort of kids, weren't they? Yeah, I was in high school when that was out.
I'm so glad you did that, Martin. It was bursting in my head. I can't do
yeah. Come to see me, make me rub and scrub. That sort of thing. I was there, brother. What? Stop staring at me. I just had a thing come in my mind, so I had to write it down just in case it disappeared. There, stay now.
We've got Gary knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Knocking on our door.
He's from here, he is. Do you know, I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Dave Edmonds?
Mm-hmm.
Born 2 streets away, by there.
Really?
Yeah, he's Cairo boy. He's from here. He was part of Rock Pile with, what's his name? He went into, I love the sound of breaking glass. Is it Low?
Oh, I'm not sure. I've only heard that song in one place, and that was in the movie Little Monsters.
Yeah.
I love the sound of breaking glass. Yeah, that was my favorite part of the movie. They were playing baseball.
Classic song. Rock Pile, that was. It was a spin-off from Dave Edmonds years later. Like, he'd done a little, like little super group at the time. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, he's from here. He used to play in the pub when he was young, just in the local pub here before he got found. Went to America. I hear you knocking. America.
Go back where you been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then it was used for years on the peas adverts in the UK. You know, the peas.
Did he get royalties from that?
Yeah. Peas in the pods, isn't it? You'd have peas trying to get in. They say, "We hear you knocking, but you're not fresh enough to get in." You know,
Nice.
Rabbit.
Amazing how much money you can make off of a few words put in the right order with the right musical tones behind it.
Have you heard the words to Mudmen, Pink Floyd? Yeah, it has nothing to do with mud. Listen to it today just to see if it did.
What album?
Actually, not what album. What it's about, actually, but it is from Sid Barrett days, so it's not meant to make sense, I don't suppose.
I've got
Which
a
album
check.
is that off of?
Sorry?
Is Walt all right? Because is he there? Because you're talking music and he's not. So
I'm actually having issues. I'm behind the
he was
scenes
struggling.
trying to do some title stuff, and it's caused my computer to. I've been having computer problems all week. It's been going downhill by degrees. So I'm definitely listening, but I'm just lost in technical difficulties behind the scenes here. My apologies.
Well, the good news is, Walt, your microphone stand is working epic, isn't it? That's all it counts.
That's all I need. Then, as long as we can do the show, I'm here just pushing buttons.
Don't have a trippy mic, man. Ask
I actually don't know Mudman by Pink Floyd. I was thinking the same thing that he asked you. What album is that from?
Ooh,
it must be
Our
early.
Mother, is it? Must be.
It must be early stuff.
Public Dawn, I think might be. No, it's not. It's on. It's on Echoes. I'm sure it is. It's on.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
Metal. Yeah. I think. Trying to go through a Pink Floyd catalogue in my mind now. Wow.
So, Dee, do you want to give us a rundown on the guests so far that you've got?
Yeah, while them two old rockers rock on. Hey, Walt, my boy is so getting into rock now, mate. That's it. He's got this electric guitar that he's seen once. Birthday, got his old one. Now, the whole week of half term, come on, really well, honestly.
Serious?
Yeah. Gonna have to get a little play session for Walt to give him a judgment. I reckon.
I'm ready to jam whenever he's ready, man. Let me know.
Get it on. Honestly, he's come on so much. It's funny, isn't it? They put a PlayStation or an Xbox down, and I tell you what, he's got some finger control from that Xbox because
they do
tunes. Well, he's got some skills to get in there anyway. So sorry, I wandered into the only bit of musical knowledge I have, which is me too. I'm terrible. That and musical youth.
I'm pop-tastic, don't worry.
Not off, mate. So yeah, Dee, let's come up. We've got Martin. I think we can tell. Hey, Martin, are we allowed heckling? Are we allowed a bit of heckling of the?
Oh my God, yeah, I should hope so. Wow, heckle me, yes, please.
I'm gonna get some panties lined up and throw them.
Yes, throw your underwear, everything. This is Amsterdam, so I'm hoping so.
I'll throw you Bifter halfway through.
No, my clothes are staying off. I don't do that stripping lark anymore. I had to give that up years ago. I used to do kissograms when I was younger, and one night I had to go to a stag do dressed as a Red Indian. So basically, all I was dressed in was a chamois leather and a pair of sandals. And this was in February. It was freezing cold. And when I went in there, I was assaulted by women, and it wasn't very nice. I can tell you, the women are not very nice. So I ended up running down the middle of this road, this really long road, with just a pair of sandals on and a chamois leather. You're so naked, for like ages and ages, just running away from this pub to get away from these women. It's awful. So I never went back. It was good money, but I never did it again because they were disgusting, the rapists. The shame of it. So there's a mad and true story from my youth.
I'm just picturing it now, pal.
Yeah, I wanted to go as the policeman. I said, can I go as the copper? Or what about the sailor, the pirate? No, they wanted me as the Indian because of my skin tone. Yeah, you would.
Was he racist?
Yeah, they were racist. She was Brazilian. The interview was amazing. She was a Brazilian, the woman that done the interviews. And the interview was basically take your clothes off and stand there. It's like, she's really cheesy, isn't it? She's like, is this like the porn industry or something I inadvertently walked into?
Seems a reasonable,
but it was
a reasonable interview for a stripper.
Really well done and very, very nice and proper money. It was really well done. It was like the house was a manor. You know, she was like on a big desk, big wooden desk. It was really proper. So yeah, that went down like rubbish. I only done 2.
Did you just come in and take all your clothes off and eat this?
No. I had a flat about a mile away. So I got dressed in my flat and then I just turned up like I thought I should wear a coat down there and just running. So I got in there, went in the pub and I had to do the business with this girl. And it's like about 100 of her stag do birds with her. And they were like middle-aged, like very large women, is all I can say. And they were from Cardiff. I don't know if you know about that. And It was bad. It was bad. Oh, pardon me.
Taking you back, huh?
Broke out in a sweat.
The funniest part is how funny you find it.
I'm not sure the counselling is working, Martin.
No. I put a fragile mind. I'm scared from that. I was. A rude awakening.
I think that it's a memory of regret of not letting him catch you.
No, mate, it was horrible. You wouldn't know what it had. All your wildest fantasies are just illusions. The reality is quite something else.
That's of all the exclusives I hope for tonight. The stuff we talk in pre-show. Yeah,
it's just like this, isn't it?
It was along that level, yeah. Last pal.
You started it.
I'll blame Josh.
Yeah, Josh, your fault. Yes,
dear. Sorry, dear.
DD, please save us. Tell us about the conference.
All right, so for the conference is going to take place the 27th until the 29th, because somebody asked. It's 27th to 29th of September this year. So we start on the Friday evening with a little opening party, and we'll have Martin Liedtke there doing some comedy. We have the Globelite tour team. They will talk about their adventures. We have Patricia Steer hosting the open mic session, and we have Mark Devlin as our DJ. And for the Saturday, we're going to have a debate day, and the first debater has been announced, and that was Nathan Oakley. He's going to be the Flat Earth side, of course. The other debaters will be announced later this year. For the Sunday, we have speakers, and so far we have Iro Landucci, Roxanne, the Globelite Denier, and we have Charonism.
Wow. Almost all of Globebusters.
Almost.
Yeah, big power one.
I see we got Morgile in the chat. Hi, Guy.
I gotta say, speaking of Globebusters, we've got Bob, we've got John the Morgile. Big shout out to them. Oh, and John, give Mina our best as well. My ex-wife's name is Mina, spelled differently, but I still have to force it out of my mouth. So I try to wish your wife well in the hopes that I can learn to better wish my ex-wife well. Maybe.
And I don't know if it's belated. It may be today, but happy birthday, John. I know.
No, it's today. It came up on my Facebook. Happy birthday, John. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you had a great day, man. Make it yours.
Isn't this where Savage sings happy birthday?
I don't do birthdays.
Yeah, I hope he's not 33.
I'd take being 30. I'd take the ridicule of 33 just to be it again. Mine.
I went from 32 to 34. It was really weird.
I'm turning 33 this summer. So
oh, stop it!
We all got to go through it at some stage. You know.
Shout out to Karen Bean. Shout out to Ace McLeod.
This one's for you. Ace McLeod,
So,
living legend.
I've heard a lot of names mentioned, Dee, in that thing. Any guests?
Yeah, we have a couple of people we invited. So first of
What we
all,
know.
what we did is we invited all the speakers from the last year's convention in Birmingham, because we all had some help from them. So we invited all of them, but unfortunately, there's only a couple coming. So far we've announced Robbie Davidson from the US. He will come to Amsterdam just as he did in the Birmingham convention.
Oh, I like
He's
Robbie.
been very supportive. So also Robin Campbell, the organizer from the UK convention, which will take place 13 to 15 of September this year. He will come to Amsterdam as well, and we're going to the UK, of course, so we're all supporting each other. And then last but not least, so far we have, of course, the Iron Realm media guy with his giant stick.
That's how I want every one of us to be introduced from now on, for the record.
That's how you get in the club. Got to have a giant stick. Oh, yeah.
That'll be a museum piece in the future, Adam, in a case of its own.
Aye. Can you imagine? What the memorabilia Some
I
future
haven't
cult.
speaking tonight, it'll say. They're coming thousands. You know they will.
I can't wait to see the cheap Chinese rip-offs.
Yeah, go to the Smithsonian for that.
Yeah, we have a lot more names coming out, so every 2 weeks we will announce more and more until September, which is not that far away actually.
As you can tell, I'm excited, Dee. I can't wait. It's going to kill me. It's ages, really. But
Yeah.
yeah, looking forward to it, mate. And
just keep busy in the summer. I'll arrange meets. There'll be other meets, and then we got the Globe Light Tour, and then it'll be that. And so it'll be really busy here. We won't even have time to wait and think about it, because we will not allow this.
Yeah, September is gonna be a very busy month in Europe.
Yeah, it will be mental, won't it?
Conventions and the tour, so you best get some sleep now because you're not gonna sleep then.
No, don't sleep.
No one sleeps in Amsterdam.
Right, well, go on, Dee. Do you want to give it? I was going to say, do you want to give it the details? Another shout out for those who's dafting up, got a ticket yet.
I just wanted to say that the convention ends on the Sunday, the 29th, but the Globe Light Tour will continue, and they will hit Amsterdam on Monday, so the 30th. So, and people, if they want to continue, they can join the tour and keep going, because it's not ending just yet then. Some practical info is you can find almost everything on our website, which is feconvention.com. We also have a Facebook group and a Twitter group, and it's all called FE Convention or Flat Earth Convention.
And we've already got the link over here somewhere in the Linky links. I know. I'll stick it on the top here in a second.
Yeah, you can buy the tickets on our website. They cost about 55 euros for a day ticket or 105 for the weekend. And the weekend is Friday to Sunday. The day tickets are only Saturday and Sunday. If you want to come to the party, you will have to buy a combi, then it's included. Or hopefully, if there's room left, you can buy at the door. But the Friday will be in a smaller venue, so we are very limited on space. And for the big venue, we are in the big theater room. You can find the address and the places on the website, but it's practically all within 10 minutes of the central station in Amsterdam. So we will be close in the city. If you want to do some activism, you can go to the train station or the city as well. But for the convention itself, because we are doing the convention in the venue in the Public Library of Amsterdam, which is the biggest library of Europe, by the way. It has 5 floors of books and cards. So Martin, you will have a blast there.
That was a question I did have because of the venue. Martin, have you got plans chilling out later? Because I when Dee showed me the venue, thought outside of the venue arena, which is just bloody awesome, just the fact that it's at the National Library just gives you the chance.
Yeah, I know. I've seen. It's just amazing. Yeah, no, I'll be absorbing the culture with my camera. Mud like crazy, I should imagine, and photographing just about anything that is old, I should imagine.
I shall be viewing the station with different eyes from the last time.
Oh, I go all on the Dan rack. I want to photograph all them buildings, mate. I just need to get down by Amstel Church again. I had an experience on Amstel Bridge when I was 18. It was a very, very unusual experience. No, I did. A very unusual experience. A flashback, if you like. It was very unusual. I can't go into it here.
It's just a lot of people have unusual experiences in Amsterdam, so it just made me chuckle.
I've had millions of very unusual experiences in Amsterdam. I've had them all. I'm not even going to go into details here. But yeah, that particular, I was only a kid. But, I was walking across the bridge itself, and I had this massive feeling of deja vu. It's like, Christ, I've been here before, haven't I? And then I had this sort of, when you hear these things in the back in the distance, I heard marching boots. I was like, what? And I looked around quick like that, if there's a load of mass soldiers, are they on parade today in Amsterdam? And I almost thought, I think in my mind, I think that I caught a vision of people or men marching across this bridge, and then he just like instant gone and back and here. I'm in Amsterdam and only just turning 18 and just a kid really, but yeah, it was a really unusual thing on that bridge, stuck in my mind my whole life. You know, it was only split second as well. It was overpowering deja vu. I had been on that bridge before, in that spot as well, where I was as well. It was at the same spot, same view, same building, same surroundings. It's really weird feeling. Psychic experience, another, I had many.
Can you see this picture, Martin?
Yes.
That was out in the middle of a national forest.
It's in a
right on the water.
It looks like it's cast, though. You know, it's obviously it looks like a machine. It's an antiquity device. It's got a small dome. Looks like there's more underneath, but is that ancient? Because it looks like precast.
Where the yellow thing was, there was a statue.
Yeah.
Of I forget the guy's name. The national forest is named after him. I can't remember the name of the place now, for the life of me. But at the top.
What are the lips? Are they native? Are they like Mesoamerican, like sort of Mayan or something?
Yeah, that's what we're told. You know?
Right.
But at the top, it was a dove upside down with a Swiss cross. It looked like.
That would make sense.
I couldn't tell what was underneath it. And then to the right, where that big other stone is, there was two different pictures on each side. I should have got pictures for you.
Was it the dove flying down by any chance?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it would be, because what you're looking at there is an impression of the EM model, and the dove flying in is a dove, or the EM, or the Northern Lights, if you like, going into the North Pole hole. It's what they put on the EM model. They put it all, stamp it all over their reality. The dove flying is it. And if you get it with like a Maltese cross or any one of their symbols, it's on them all. It's all of them. All of the faiths as well. Christianity.
You see that in a lot of cathedrals and stuff, in their stained glass windows, is the dove flying down, usually on fire or something, wasn't it? Dean Odell's part of his I don't know what it's called, logo. It's also it was on the OTO as well, the Auto Templar.
It's analogous for the Taurus coming back in on itself anyway. That's what it means. It's all over the reality of this EM model, and this dove is part of the code, it's a controller code. People think it's something to do with Noah and the dove going out, but that's not what it displays. You will always see it flying downwards, and it's always into the center part of the cross where the inertia flat plane is. That's what you always see on every one of these depictions in churches as well. And it's the Jesuits got it in their symbols as well, some of them, on their 8-pointed star as well.
Who is that? Something of 300, isn't it? Garter of 300 have the 8-pointed star. Is there one of their logos?
Yeah, that's it. But with the center as well, the center part, which you've got a 0 inside, it's basically the 10 vortex system, and it's on there, their logo as well as the Catholics, or all of them, every one of them. There's no one I haven't come across that doesn't. I can't even believe now where I'm seeing it in the day. It's like really, just everywhere. They can't help themselves. They just had Jupiter light all this time, and it goes way back. I see these depictions of this model as far back as, I don't know, Mappa Mundi. They got the 4 corners. They got the 4 portals, or the 4 angels, what you call them. On the 4 angles, on 4, the square and stationary map of Earth. This, the Orlando map, where you get angels on the corners. You get this in, I suppose, Enoch as well. But these 4 angels, we're thinking are magnets, or north and south opposing magnets, or 2 opposing toruses, which drive the luminaries around to the center, which is also a double-sided magnet, but a pyramid, and then back up again, and it works perfectly. And we're starting to think it overlaps into something like neighboring ponds, which also got the same center bit as us, as in Mount Meru, and the same 10 vortex system with the same angels, which are barrows, each and every one, and it just makes a flower of life as well. So I think it's extended out as that as well. So outwardly, so there's a lot more going on. I think it's 3-dimensional. I think we're in there somewhere. So I think that's what's going on, and that's what they're showing us. with that. So that's where I'm at with that. With that.
Sorry. So repeating quadrants is the magnetic corners of the points on the flower of life. I caught that the other night, and I've been struggling. I've always struggled to understand fully what that.
It hasn't got to be right. It hasn't got to be round. It hasn't got to be circular. It can be hexagonal. It can look like a honeycomb. And I think, you know, I think I'm feeling towards that, because I'm not saying like the atomic world is a reality, but if it is like, you know, outwardly projected outwardly, and we're looking at toruses, which are in fact atoms with the north and south pole and an inertia flame between, right? Well, the bondings look very similar to the four angels, the bonding points that hold each of these, you know, and they're expanded out. They look like, you know, this hexagonal honeycomb shape out. And, you know, I'm just thinking to myself, you know, we're just in that. You know, it hasn't got to be round. You know, I don't know if it's square, it could be anything really. You know, I don't know why we think these certain shapes. You know, there's infinite possibility.
Adam, your audio is shocking.
Anyway, that's what I was thinking just now.
Sorry, it's just you got fans in the background or something, and it comes on when you unmute.
Weren't you supposed to download the new OBS to get that expander?
Wow, that's tricky.
I said after the weekend I wouldn't touch a note just before Friday, but I will look at. It's because the headset's blown up, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought that was last week. So
it's gone.
Don't mind.
I'm on a crusty old mic and a old school headset, so no USB. I'll mute.
Do it, John. Do it.
Oh, you broke it, John. I was letting it go.
I'm not used to these tumbleweed moments. They scare me, guys.
Done, yeah.
We're only fucking with Savage. Don't worry.
Like extra, but they do scare me.
I think I'm fucking with your back, mate.
Yeah,
you were hardcore there, John. Loved it.
Yeah, that was great.
Right, while we've got a moment, guys, Roxanne's. I think. Gary.
I don't see him in the.
I don't see him in here. I may be wrong.
I'll let him in.
He's getting the timing right.
I've got. I
He's
don't know
there.
what Roxanne
He's just
sent
got
me.
a suspenseful pregnant pause before he says hello. You see, it works a treat. Amazing, this stuff. Wish I knew about this earlier.
He's gone down, hasn't he, to the John D experiment. Let me get my screen. Stan sent me some little videos, which I assume look like.
That's going down tonight, isn't it? Brighton and where's the other place? Brighton and
yeah, but Worthing.
Thank you.
I hate it when you do that to me.
It's 22nd of Feb. I'm meant to be. We were meant to be meeting in Italy today.
All right.
It never would have happened, by the way. Well, no, I mean not because it never would have happened, but this week was an absolute nightmare.
Freudian slip. Right. I'll dig you out a hole. So Roxanne sent us this stuff. I'm going to just play it. I've not had a chance to see it. Looks like stuff from the beach. So
share it to Zoom.
And it's already been sent in Gary Vision, not the camera being held that way around.
It is, John.
All right, let's give it a go. Oh, wait there.
Look at Zoom then, haven't I?
Wait there, because I've not shared.
Wait, you got to do something with the grid a little differently. It's showing over the grid, the grid showing over the video.
One of these times we have to have Roxanne just sitting there smoking a spliff for Josh.
No one's ever asked me to do that. disappointed. Right, I'm pressing play. Oh, that was good.
That was real good. You could probably kill the volume just a hair too. Just maybe.
And you're still hiding half the
Okay,
video
so
with
the
grid
conditions
on.
were less than favourable, to say the least. We did see the lights a few times. We got them on camera, but it was not ample conditions, so we're going to wrap it up for this evening and come back down tomorrow morning. Cynthia and Ruben are here, Lee Earl's here, Dave Marsh is here, Gary's up there with the guys that we had the film crew.
Okay.
Good turnout.
Looks like they've hit the pub. Oh, hello. A little bit of vid. Let's go to the pub. That Ruben. He's just stamping the serviettes. Good lad.
Well, that's something.
But if there's anything else other than pub shots, I think that's your lot, guys. I thought I'd share that with you. So start again tomorrow, by the sounds of it, on the experiment.
You guys, before I forget, can I mention something? Is it March 15th, John?
Yes, mate.
Gibbous Moon at noon?
I can't remember if it's noon or midnight. I think it's crescent at midnight.
Is it midnight? Okay.
I'll let you know in a minute.
But March 15th. I just want to let everybody know while we have, I'm not even sure how many people we have watching.
March 15th. That's the Ides of March. Well, Adam, isn't that the Friday that Bob's going to come on from Globebusters?
I did politely ask him, didn't I? Whilst on Globebusters. Well, he's in chat. Bob, are you coming on? Are you and Cammy coming on? We need Cammy's moon brain on to contribute to the moon night. I think it'd be a good night. I think it's if we can chat all things moon. And I'd love to chat a bit of Celestine as well as the phasers. And moving on from Bob's obvious acceptance. I mean, who wouldn't want to come on? You know what I mean? But
it says yes in chat. Yes, we will be coming on IRM. So now we need to get a little 70s intro. It's the No-Dells. So Bob and Cammy back to back, looking disapprovingly.
You were right, Zach. It was gibbous moon at midday.
Oh, that IRM.
So
Shout out for everybody to look for the gibbous moon.
Well, it won't be during the day in the States. Well, I mean, it won't be at midday during the in the States.
On that note, John, I was chatting with Anthony Riley in the week and explaining it to him. I think he gets it, but he's headed off to the Ballers to gather a load of, give it to them basically. And last I heard, that GeoStreber is trying to model it. And you'd have thought he'd have come back pretty quick, but it's been 3 or 4 days now, and no reply.
Riley, I heard him talking about it.
I don't know who GeoStreber is. Who's he?
He's this guy with a YouTube channel.
I mean, is he a baller or is he a flat earther? Or?
I think he's a German chemist or something like this.
So he's a baller and he's trying to model it, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Got to see this.
Well, that's what Mick West suggested we do on our video that we posted.
No, he suggested something else, didn't he? Oh,
a scale model of the universe.
A scale model of the solar system or something, yeah.
There you go. Maybe it was just the solar system, not the entire universe. That could be. Because that could take some time.
Well, I've been asking for just a 3-circle picture for you know, nearly 4 years now. So I'd love to see it rendered in 3D on.
So I think it's better than that, mate. It's going to be Vosbron Dirk Technic, mate. It's going to be done with German engineering. So
Sweet.
see what it comes out.
I'd love to see a flat earther model it as well, and see what comes back. Though I don't really know how you can beat real life models of revolving around with a polystyrene ball and, you know, waltz style and a light
marshmallow.
Or the marshmallow, of course. Yeah,
It won't be a marshmallow.
Doesn't take
mate.
CAD to model this in the slightest, but yeah, let's see what they come back with.
Well, guys, we're coming up to the first hour, aren't we? And we'd planned this evening to try and do 3 one-hour shows. So before we start around, Martin, give us one last bombshell before you go, because there was a couple. Then where are we up to? I know you're absolutely smashing it in terms of
yeah, things are a little bit busy.
yeah. You were talking a little bit in pre-show, weren't you, about
yeah. This
for me what I thought was really significant to the paradigm we've all
I think
been
it might
given.
be actually. It's just really weird how this has fallen into place. And you know, I literally this was the words that was going through my mind. No, this can't be happening. This cannot be. And the next thing that I thought, did this happen? And bam, then it was there. I'd be like, oh God, what have I stumbled into? Is what I thought. Well, the scenario is the history that we believe, they believe, is that we were populating America through the 1600s, 1500s, and 1700s. Okay. Now, there doesn't seem to be the amount of people necessary to build this colonial world that's populating America. Now, I've been studying or looking into New Brunswick area and Newfoundland because basically I know there's a link to Tartaria, and I can see that this place has suffered too many events, and these buildings are far too big and far too old to be in this place, which is so far north. You know, the River St. Lawrence freezes over every year. It's just, when are they building all this? It's just, so I've been really digging into this place, and then today a link came my way and said, look into this, and the official narrative is they weren't actually. This is just mind blowing. They weren't actually populating America from Europe. It was the other way around. They were shipping people out of America to Europe. Oh, I don't even know where, because the Arab just goes across the Atlantic. We don't get to see where they go. So what sort of volumes of people are we talking about? People that shouldn't be there, and lots of volumes of people. So the people of Acadia, which is New Brunswick, Newfoundland, and this whole northern bit of Canada to Quebec. Okay, and the Quebec national flag has got looks a bit Tartarian, and we know through people I've been talking to in Canada that there's a definite link, 100%. Okay, now turns out that the Acadians, there was a thing in the official narrative called the expulsion and genocide of the Acadians. Now, I don't know exactly where their origins are from. They speak an unusual dialect of French. It's like the Louisiana version. So between 1755 and 1762, they ship out tens of thousands, and that's in the official narrative, of these people out of America. We're supposed to be filling America up, and then it's the other way around. They're bringing them out of America, which, to my calculations, just is saying that it's the other way around, guys. That America is the older world, not the new world, and that was there already. I think it's been subject to events and that much turmoil, but it's there already. When you look into it, they got a Port Royal event that I dug into in Kingston. I don't know how it can be the richest port on earth, get wiped off the face of the earth with a really highly suspect event outside of Kingston in Jamaica. The survivors are shipped to Newfoundland. What? From Jamaica? And then these people, right, in Newfoundland are shipped out to God knows where. Now, what else is in Newfoundland as well is the money pit. The money pit. Now, it occurred to me only this afternoon that in the money pit, this pit that goes infinitely deep to a tribute to Knight's Templar, it's not. But the fact still remains, it's lined with coconut husks. Now, coconuts do not grow in Nova Scotia. The nearest is probably Florida way, or a lot further south anyway. So there's some connection there, and I think it might be something to do with these people of Port Royal. And it is definite Phoenician links, all of it. They changed the name of the capital of Arcadia, guys, to Anianopolis. You know, the Phoenician capital is Heliopolis, and everything with helio attached, right? The Baal faith, which they're practicing now, the globe worshippers, without even knowing. And the capital, they turn into Aniopolis. I can't even spill out what's happening here too much. You know, this is like real time. So I'm dating this takeover now, guys, of the Phoenicians moving in on the Tartarians between 1755 and 1762 in the Americas. And that's what's to date alone. And it goes deeper as well. There's so much more of this. This wipe out this town, Gagetown, New Brunswick, the entire population. It's in the official narrative, guys. They were genocided. And thousands and thousands of people. They talk about it in the official narrative. What's the unofficial narrative, guys? If that's the official one, I just can't believe I stumbled upon that. So that's going to be what I'm going to be looking into. But guys, they're shipping them out en masse when they're supposed to be shipping them into America. And it's even in the official narrative. It's just nuts stuff. Tens of thousands that shouldn't even be populated at that amount, you know, for the time. You know, St. John's was supposed to be in the 1800s, 2,000 people, and they're shipping out tens of thousands. And where are all the trains going? They're stopping off there by mass. It's just so guys. See the way this is up here.
I think when you start to view stuff and you have not some of the facts necessarily, but some of the different ways of viewing some of the ways history is painted, it does make a lot more sense. I mean, you're throwing out there something which really does contradict the paradigm, but for me it starts to explain a lot of things, because it's all it does seem very odd to try and stock civilizations totally from foundlings, and so to be able to move populations and redefine seems a good way of starting stuff, and then stock with what we're seeing later down the line and fill these cities. And it also seems a very efficient way of destroying civilizations and memories. The bit for me, it just seems very controlled, Martin. It seems like if this stuff's going off and we've not seen it before, and there is no real historical narrative to put it into, it does demonstrate that there really is a whole complete different history that's completely hidden from us and has been overmasked with, like you say, put simply, Christopher Columbus and the eradication of Native Americans.
And even underlying false narratives as well, I've noticed, you know, for people to follow if they don't believe that. And they're also false. You know, they reverse everything, this mindset, this Phoenician mindset. It makes perfect sense for the old world to actually, you know, for the new world to actually be the old world, you know, and there's evidence of it there anyway. You know, you can see glyphs across the landscape of street grids that just cut, you know, Adam sent only a day or two ago. Colorado is just out in the wilderness, in nowhere, perfect street grids, you know, and then these petroglyphs are not like laid down in modern times. These ancient cities, vast civilization, you know, how long ago? What happened to them? And this is the facts which are coming up. It's mind-blowing stuff, guys.
It's fascinating stuff, mate. Fascinating.
I never would have thought I would have said 2 years ago that, like, you know, the history of America was, you know, this. You know, it's just so much richer. Well, they rob people of this rich culture and this rich heritage and what we were. You know, this in human nature, society, holistic, you know, caring for one another, and they just put poison into humanity, man. I mean, everyone greedy and chasing fucking pointless dreams, superficial dreams, and everyone's chasing that same bullshit dream. and it got everyone on that ride, guys. So that's what we do, bring them back. But yeah, imagine that time, guys, what they took us away from. Robbed, so robbed. So gotta get back. Back to Mother Nature. Rant over.
I think we've got Gary with us, and somebody's.
Gary.
Are you there, Gary? Has he gone again?
No, I'm here, guys.
There you are, loud and clear.
Oh, that's good. I was listening in a little while ago, but I was being interviewed at the same time by some documentary makers, and I was trying to listen in, and they were asking me questions. And I thought, oh, this is hard.
Yeah.
I didn't imagine you there earlier. Then that's cool. Give us an update then, dude, because we're going to round off with the most recent production by Dee for a promo for the conference. But what's happened this evening, which has kept you away, mate? You've been down with John D. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. It was foggy, unfortunately, but we're gonna. I'm 90% certain I'm going to go back there tomorrow. But there's going to be Roxanne, Dave Marsh, and Lee, and yeah, Dr. John and Ruben and his girlfriend are there as well.
We saw you all in the pub. Roxanne sent us
You saw us in the pub, did you?
Yeah, we heard the pictures. Don't think you can't pretend you just piled. You've driven all that way for a pint.
Yeah, long way to go, and took a little documentary team with us as well. Well, I did. So yeah, they got they're quite interested in getting involved as well.
Well, Dee Dee, then you want to give us a last shout out? I will get the video lined up, guys. Anyone else got out to say before I stop talking and try and concentrate for a sec?
You're doing a great job, Adam.
Yeah,
keep it up.
Over to you, sir.
Well, the most important thing to know is that every 2 weeks we will announce more speakers and more information. So we will be back in 2 weeks to give you the newest speaker. But for today, we are very excited to have Martin coming to Amsterdam and join us to bring some smiles with everybody. And of course, Mark being our DJ. You can find all the information on feconvention.com, and we're just excited. We can't wait for September because it's a very busy month with the tours and the 2 conventions. So everybody get to Europe and have some fun with us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I wish I could be there.
Never say never.
Josh, maybe we can.
I like that, Dee Dee.
I love that too.
And Gary, thank you for being able to pop on and give us a quick little update. We appreciate you giving us a little bit of time. And if ever you need to tell your documentary friends to just shut up for a minute so you can listen to some Iron Realm media, feel free. I'm sure they would understand. And if not, you could absolutely explain it to them.
Well, if I can just mention that there was a lad who was doing some of the filming that he was quite quiet on the way down. And I went onto your show, and all of a sudden he came up with a load of questions. And I thought I couldn't believe that the contrast was quite immense, really. But I think questions are good. It's showing that they're and what they're doing. If I can just mention this, instead of doing the normal angle of flat Earth, what made you get into flat Earth? Why have you done this? Whatever. This is what I've been asked loads of times. Their angle is more to do with why are we vilified? Why are we like ostracized? Like, for instance, when if you're like, I don't know, a minority, you get given the opportunity to have a voice, and you can't be marginalized. But that doesn't seem, and this is their words, that we do not seem to benefit from the same thing. And I thought it was a very good point. And they managed to meet up with Dr. John, which was really, really good. I'm really pleased about that. And he seemed to like that idea as well, because it's a totally different route to the normal, because most documentary makers, there's this almost, no disrespect to them, but almost on a stuck record.
And Martin, it's really cool that you're going to be able to get up there and give him 45 minutes. That is awesome.
Yeah, man. Can't wait.
Are we getting one joke, one practice joke, or are they all got to be saved for the conference?
Well, I can't let him into my secret weapons for laughs. Right? But I got this physical feat that I can perform.
Oh, I love it.
Right. I can't actually, but it'll all work out. Don't worry. Leave it on to me. You know what? You know what'll be good. You know what'll be fun.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it even more, bro.
You can lick your eyeballs, can't you?
No, I can't. I can move my ears and my nostrils.
Well, looking forward to that anyway.
Like spending that long with your rabbit that's done that.
Yeah.
And if he could lick his eyeballs, do you think he'd be single?
Got glasses on, don't be silly. How can I do that?
You push him up or pull him down, move him out of the way.
And above, yeah. All right.
I'm trying desperately to get us back on track. Josh, do you think there's any chance we could come back in with the 18-minute answer to the inertial reference system align mode video while we've still got Bob the pilot in chat, possibly?
I think that would be a good idea.
Cool. So we go out with Dee and come back in with the with that.
Sounds like a plan.
Game on.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having us again. It's very sweet of you, and we're looking forward to having as many of the team come over in Amsterdam. We're gonna have a blast together. And we'll see each other
Great.
soon.
Dee, Martin, Gary, thanks for joining us. Look forward to your updates in a couple of weeks' time.
Okay. I'll be linking up the details for the convention. Literally every single post up until the events on my channel anyway. If anyone is missing it, it'll be linked up anyway daily. That helps.
And feel free to hang around, stay on the panel for the rest of the show.
I will hang out around in chat, but I will have to go and join my kids sometime because I've been so busy today. I've neglected all the parenting duties. So.
Half term as well. I know how you feel.
It's just me.
Would I be able, guys? Can I just ask? Would I be able to have a few minutes either now before the break or afterwards? I've just got a few updates for you.
Oh, Gary, absolutely. Why don't you go ahead and update us now? That way we get it all sort of in one little package. That way, if it gets edited, we can put it all together.
Excellent. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, basically what we have is there's a couple of things. Remember when I mentioned a few weeks ago that probably a month ago that I was going to go to Oxford University.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's taking place. Unfortunately, I'm in Scotland away next week, so I couldn't do that. So there's a chance that Roxanne may be able to come up, but it's 50-50 because of her work. But I've got Ruben that I think Adam met. He's going to come, so that's good. But the downside is they're not allowing us to film it. The film crew that are from Winchester University are hopefully going to come as well, but again they can't film it, so they're going to be there. But that's not the main news. Did I mention to you a few weeks ago that with the ITV thing that I'm still negotiating with them, which we basically got an agreement now, that they turned us down? Brian Cox was asked if he would debate Nathan. Did I mention that 2 weeks ago? So I can't remember.
Seems like it might have been mentioned. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's happened since is I've actually been discussing at length with Dr. John, and I've spoken to ITV about potentially getting him on there. And look, as long as we can do it where we obviously can protect him, his identity, they basically have agreed to having us on. And we just got to sort out a date.
Awesome.
That would be
So
really
be on live TV this morning, and depending on how obviously we can, hopefully control some of the narrative, I think it could end up being quite significant having him on there.
That would be really awesome. And I bet you just having that Dr. John D would be enough to entice him to seriously consider it at the very least.
Sounds like a terrible idea, Gary.
I actually said to them, John, that that I'm trying to get you to come to Amsterdam, and they just said, forget it. Even they know your reputation. And I was impressed because I didn't think they knew you, but apparently you were very famous.
Famous, inconspicuous by my silence. When you say when you say you can't record it at the Oxford Uni shindig, you can surely record audio.
Well, I've asked that as well, but what we're going to do is we're going to find a way to, as a minimum.
Yes, absolutely. Spy pens, 007, etc.
Why is everybody wearing these strange non-prescription glasses? Weird.
It's Flatter style, man.
I spoke with Ruben, and I said that obviously I clearly haven't had this conversation with him, and obviously he clearly didn't hear me say that, you know, he mustn't record it. So
absolutely,
if he does, then it's like, why? I don't understand. So yeah, we definitely want, because it's going to be good to get their feedback, not only their debaters but also the audience, and but it's not going to be quite as what I'd hoped. But you've got to work with what you've got.
Yeah,
I think the start of any engagement with him, Gary, is a step forward, mate. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. But I think for me though, the thing that I'm really excited about is getting Dr. John onto live TV. I think that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, I hope I stand corrected.
Do you think it's a bad idea, John? Mr.
No,
Cynical.
I do.
You know,
just bastards. I wouldn't touch them with a barge pole. I wouldn't. No, yeah.
I was just going to say, John, with regards to Dr. John D going and keeping his anonymity on Savage, will you lend him your wig?
It's all his. All his.
Sorted. No one will know who he is.
My hemp wig. There's another sideline for you, Zach. Everyone seems to have gone quiet my end. Have I hit a button, or has everyone else gone?
No, that's because I shut my mouth.
I can hear you fine.
So you can.
I must have hit a button or something. Anyway.
Right, guys.
Wow. That's something in it.
That's part one. I'm going to send us
Before
out.
you do,
Go on,
I just wanted to say real quick that we did talk to Robin Campbell this morning over there in the Ironworks. And he told us that D Marble apparently is joining the entire route of that tour. Imagine how powerful.
Oh,
Yeah.
with his old bus?
Daryl Marble traveling around in that bus.
That would be epic.
I think I'm pretty sure. Walt, correct me if I'm wrong. I know it was I think he originally said a part, but I think by the end of it, he had said it was going to be for pretty well the whole tour. Did he not?
He would do that. He would. That's the sort of thing he would so do. Oh, I hope so. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's what he told us this morning, and we were like just blown away, because if anybody knows the van life, it's D.
Sure. If I can just mention that that I heard from Jason that I thought it was going to be the whole thing, but I may have got that wrong. But then when I heard D Marble, he did actually seem to say part of it. But I think it's actually, I do believe it's actually going to be quite a significant part, but I don't quite know to what degree.
Ooh.
Either way, I mean, even that small leg, the whole thing can be just super powerful.
Oh, it's so exciting. Yeah.
The caravan, the media attention that this could possibly bring. I mean, even if it's just people, gawkers, just rubberneckers coming to stare and look at this whole caravan.
Maybe
of
people joined by mass in caravan.
This is just going to be awesome.
Oh,
That's so exciting. All right, that's all I had, Adam. It's all now yours.
Keep talking, Josh. I'll line it up.
Oh, I thought that's what the last 10 minutes was.
But I was, and then I changed the buttons, and I got to do new buttons.
I know how it is. It's all right. You just keep doing what you're doing. I think Walt had an issue this morning, and I used a fill that I think would be great here. John shared with us in Twitter a story about the moon now being inside Earth's atmosphere. I thought that was really interesting, and if there's ever something to use to fill a conversation, I highly recommend this particular story about the Earth, or the Earth's moon now being not only inside Earth's atmosphere, but it lies halfway between Earth and the edge of Earth's atmosphere. That's just how gigantic our new atmosphere is. How cool is that? I'm telling you, they will just feed people any old thing.
Certainly
But I
helps
guess
conspiracy flaps.
it certainly does. Well, if you're even just the headline itself was attention getting, just being that the moon is inside Earth's atmosphere. It doesn't necessarily say in that headline that Earth's atmosphere is just much bigger. It just sort of implies that your already known idea of the moon is just maybe it's closer. Maybe the moon is just closer than what we thought it was, and it's actually inside our atmosphere. But the story is no, our atmosphere just extends out somewhat like 500,000 miles. It's, I don't know.
I was going to say, was it? Did it say it was halfway, or was it in the middle of, or?
Yes, the moon sits nestled in this lovely halfway position inside our atmosphere, halfway between us and the edge of the atmosphere, those little hydrogen gas and the vacuum of space, that little strange boundary. Yeah, halfway between the Earth and that thing is where the moon is.
Very interesting, and being reported on RT as well, so it must be legit.
That's exactly what I've got to be legit. RT's got it.
A well-timed baller savior to vastly enlarge that concentration gradient. What I hear.
Just hit the play button, will it? Are we cutting the stream or not?
Do you need the loo?
No, I'm asking, are we cutting the live stream and doing? Are we trying to get rid of the listeners and a little bit better 3 times?
I was going to tell you this after I'd cut it, but I plan to cut it, quickly get the live stream back up, start playing, and then we can let that play straight away for the minute. So, with no further ado, let's press play, guys. Mute up. I shall press play. Let's see the latest promo for. Damn.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys.